Hey guys, welcome back to What If Naruto and Otsutsuki Part 4. Okay, well I know I haven't made one of these in a while and there's good reasons for that. One, I know I was meant to come back up with them solo living videos, I was meant to do it daily, but I just felt really sick and I still feel sick now, but I'm better, so that's why I'm doing it. Also, you might have noticed yet again there's no intro, and that's because I had an issue of copyright, because somebody told me that they made that video for me, but they didn't actually make it, they stole it. And so I don't want my entire channel took down, so I'm not using that intro anymore. But if any of you guys have an intro you want me to use, just message me on my Discords, and this is the only time you have permission to actually message me for no reason. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy talking to you guys, but it gets a bit annoying like when I'm getting spammed like my iPad or something. Hi. No, yeah, so message me on my Discord, which will be in the description below, if you have any, like, intros for me. Other than that, last time we left off, oh, actually, the like goal for this, I'm putting the like goal down as an apology, the like goal for this is 150. Okay, last time we left off, actually, you know what, like goal's 100, because I'm nice. Last time we left off, Naruto had passed out due to Kurama forcing his way into Naruto's thoughts and asking him to talk. Okay. He's in his head, and Kurama says, "Hey Naruto, why haven't you ever called upon me or my chakra like I told you to? It's not like I've been forcing you." And hearing this, Naruto says, "Well, last time we did this, you do realise that you tricked me into unleashing the skill." And Kurama remembers this and tries to play it off, as she doesn't want Naruto to realise he can break off at any time. Kurama decides to say, "I was just testing to see if you're worthy of my power," and all that and blah blah blah. And Naruto says, "Okay, what do you actually want?" Kurama says, "Well, I want you to start pouring my power a bit more. You'll see the benefits later. And especially with your swords." And Naruto gets curious, and he says, "What?" He says, and then Kurama replies, "Your sword is built up of powerful people's chakras. Kakashi, even though he doesn't know about it, Tsunade, he don't know about it, the third Hokage, Jiraiya, and multiple ninjas that Jiraiya siphoned of chakra before. And it's all placed into your sword, and it includes a multitude of your own. But that's all fair and well, but you see, you have not at all put any of my chakra into that sword. Doing this, your sword the power will increase hundreds of folds, and it will gain special abilities, such as boosting your own strength." And Naruto gets curious at this, and Kurama makes up a random excuse, since Naruto can use as much of his power as he wants as the skill's gone. And he says, "I'll let you siphon as much of my power as you want. Don't get greedy though, as I will take control of you if you do. Just pour it into your sword any chance you get, and store it in there. Due to this, not only will if you ever lose the connection with me, my chakra will be in your sword for you to siphon out as you wish. It will also boost your abilities." And Naruto wakes up with Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke over him, a bit worried. He says, "Oh, sorry, one of my friends just decided to talk," and he makes it as a reason that one of his old friends from the village uses jutsu that connects their minds together and blah blah blah. And Kakashi actually is interested in this jutsu, but Naruto plays it off, saying they made a promise not to share it. Anyway, back to their training. Since they've all mastered the tree walking jutsu, and Naruto mastering the water walking jutsu at the same time already, Kakashi decides to teach them the water walking one. And using the like info that Naruto gave them about letting your chakra find its own route, they mastered that just as quickly. So they still have, I'd say, a week or 2 weeks to train. Due to this, Kakashi decides to work with Naruto and Sasuke. At first, they plan on awakening Sasuke's Sharingan. And they do this, and Sakura actually joins along with them training, as she's been motivated quite a bit by Naruto, not only putting Kakashi in the hospital, but she just doesn't want to get left behind, and she wants to actually help them on like the Sabasa and the ninja fights. So they're training, and Sasuke awakens his Sharingan quite a bit, and and with the help of Naruto, it evolves it to the next stage. So he has 2 Tomoe in each eye. Since he hasn't had any, since he didn't awaken it, again, since we all know he awakened it when Itachi killed the clan and all that, but since he didn't awaken it again once others had killed him, he didn't have the stress. Wait a minute. So I'm still a bit sick. Since he didn't awaken it once others, when Haku nearly killed him and all that, he didn't have enough of the stress to take it to the 2 Tomoe, but with the training, he has. And he actually mastered quite a bit of its abilities. But then Sakura still wants to practice her water control, as she realises she can amp her abilities. She has quite good chakra control. So, unlike what Sasuke and Naruto did with their chakra control training, where they repeatedly climbed the trees, this was Sakura's doing. And Naruto actually did it with her, as since Sakura's trying to get stronger, he realises this will make him stronger. And Sasuke joins in as well, so their chakra control at this point is far superior. And Sasuke has already mastered the Chidori. Same with Naruto, because with his Byakugan, he can use the Chidori. And we all know that Naruto has all 5 chakra releases. And after doing this, they go through all the night until Sasuke and Sakura are drained. And this is when something terrible happens. They're both on the top of a tree and Kakashi's applauding them, as they've done it through the entire night as well. But Sasuke and Sakura collapse. And Naruto, not thinking, jumps down with them, after them, and they're falling from one of the highest trees in the forest. Naruto manages to catch on to Sasuke and Sakura, but they're falling, and even with Kakashi's help, he won't be able to catch them. And this is when Naruto just thinks, I need to stop, and he forces his chakra out of his feet, his entire body, and touching the ground and pushing. And he opens his eyes yet again, which he's clenched shut. He's flying. And he slowly but surely goes towards the ground and lets them go, and sending a bit of Kurama's chakra through them, which he's been allowed to take control of. It heals them straight away, restoring their chakra. And they see Naruto flying. Naruto decides to go further on this, and he flies around as much as he can. Even he gets a bit tired. He's mastered the art of flying, which we all know all Otsutsuki members have. And they all just decide that this is one of Naruto's unique abilities. Anyway, Naruto decides to go off train on his own for a bit, but he will come back and help Sasuke train eventually. This was a promise he made. So he sits there on his own, and he pulls out his ultimate katana, which a lot of you guys want me to name Kurama, but I don't think that's really gonna work. Listen, it would work if maybe he was a Soul Reaper and Kurama was an embodiment of his sword, but I don't think that's really gonna work. So I'm thinking maybe just call it a Zanpakuto. But I'm gonna go with you. Oh my god, my English is terrible. I'm sorry. I'm going back to school tomorrow. It'll be better. I'm just gonna go with what you guys want and name it Kurama. And he pulls out his sword, and he looks on the bottom of it. And as he pours some of the Kurama's chakra into it, as he was requested, he sees the chakra moulding into a 9-tailed fox on its head, whatever it's called, the grip part of it, on the bottom of it. And he's like, damn, I like the sword even more. And as he pours Kurama's chakra through the sword, he's through his own abilities getting amped even more. And with a slice, he cuts through trees effortlessly, and his speed's increased even further than it was before. And he's very excited about this, but as he's poured as much Kurama's chakra in it as he thought was necessary, he steals this away and practices on his jutsu. So we all know that Naruto last episode made them 3 orbs, and Kakashi yelled out explosion release, but he was wrong. It was actually scorch release. And he practiced with this more, not needing hand signs. But he decides to go and build off what Kakashi said. And he doesn't think scorch release is very powerful at the time. And he decides to try actually make an explosion release like Kakashi yelled out. And he puts his hand forward. He's just imagining huge explosions. And as he keeps on trying this, he realises if I'm gonna make this and he chakra and he pours chakra into it and then boom, a huge explosion happens. And Naruto thinks this is quite impressive and he's very proud of himself. And he puts his hands together and tiny little explosions, like Bakugo's quirk, appear in his hand. And he puts it together and there's just an orb, and with explosions happening inside, and he condenses this and just pours chakra into it and he releases it. He blows up a mountain. And Kakashi rushes over, and Naruto just is very proud of himself and says, "Look what I did!" And he shows it to Kakashi yet again. And Kakashi decides that's very powerful and warns Naruto if he uses it on anybody, they'll probably die. And after hearing this, Naruto decides this is a very last resort. But this doesn't stop him, and when Kakashi leaves, he focuses on all his abilities. And he decides, and he notices something. While he can control anything he really wants, handstands do help quite a bit as they increase the power. But Naruto, knowing this, decides to open up his scroll and looks at them yet again. He sees that there's a lot of abilities that don't require hand signs. As he looks deeper and deeper into this, he finds jutsus that will help if he uses hand signs, such as the water shockwave jutsu, as this requires very decipher moulding, and these hand signs mould it for him without a lot of mental pressure. And he continues to use the second Hokage's version of taking the moisture out of the air to use water style. And he actually discovers another way of using the flying raijin. He places it on his sword and seals this away. Then he teleports to a sword. This puts him in a random location, as the chakras summon the sword, but since Naruto has teleported near the sword just summoned to any random place. And this was what Naruto thought would happen, so he placed the flying raijin mark next to where the training was, just in case. But then he decides to take this further and create shadow clones, and he thinks, I'm gonna upgrade my Naruto Uzumaki Barrage. And he places the flying raijin onto his shadow clones. And he created a bunch of shadow clones, so they're all running. And he's actually created a shadow clone stronger than the others. As we all know that even though there were stronger opponents than Minato, his flying raijin just overpowered them. And so let's say the shadow clone was twice as strong as all the other ones combined. And so when they run at him, the shadow clone was easily dismantling them, until one of the shadow clones that appeared behind him teleported, hit him, and then they did the version 2 that Minato uses. And throughout all of this, Naruto just created a new technique, the Uzumaki Barrage level 2. And as he thinks this is one of his most powerful jutsus, he collapses on the floor yet again. He actually drained his chakras. He hadn't realised that, say he created 2,000 clones, each clone teleported itself 1,000 times. That's 1,000 times 1,000, which I'm not going to do the maths for right now. Maybe I will. 100,000. That's it. No, wait. No, I ain't. I forget. It's a million, I think. Yeah, 1,000 times 1,000 is a million, oops. He just teleported 1,000,000 times in a matter of seconds. That put a huge drain of his on his chakra. And he passed out. He awakes to Haku, who recognises over him due to him looking at it with his Byakugan. And Haku says, "Oh, are you okay?" And they go through the entire talk. And this is where he gets asked a question. Do you have anyone you want to protect? And Naruto looks at him and says, yeah, I want to protect my senseis, Sakura and Sasuke. But more importantly, I want to protect myself. My entire life people have hated me, but now I have power. Power that no one can compare to. And I want to protect that for myself. And Haku's very shocked with this answer, but pleased at the same time, thinking, that's good. As when to protect someone is a great source of power. And Naruto heads back to Tasuna's house, and he says, oh yeah, by the way, I guess we'll see you and Sylvester later in that final showdown. And this is where Haku pulls out her Senbons and says, how do you know? And as she chucks one, Naruto teleports back to Tabisa's house and goes to sleep. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of another part of what Naruto and otsutsuki. If you did, make sure you like and share with your friends and subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. And which brings me to my other point. I put a post out on the other day saying when I reach 2,000 subscribers, I'll you can like give it. You'll let you. Oh, for God's sake, my English sucks. I'll let you choose your own motif. Like you can make it and all that, and there'll be 5 of them. But I'll choose whatever one I like the most. Like whatever you guys like the most. You like the comments, and I'll choose them 5 like ones and choose which one I like the most. Okay. And another thing I want to mention. When this does happen, this is only going to happen at 2,000 subscribers. And we are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Like, I remember me being like 60 subscribers when I started this What If channel. And when I hit that 100, I thought that was the highest I'd be able to go. And then I hit 200. And then I checked it 2 days later, I was at 500. Then all of a sudden I got a message, congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers. And now I'm about to hit 2,000 subscribers, which means the world to me. And I just appreciate you guys a lot. And I want to know what you want me to do for my 2,000 subscribers. I know I'm doing this one, but I don't even know. Like, I might do something special. Other than that, see you guys later. The like goes 150 likes. Make sure you share with your friends and family and subscribe. Other than that, peace out. Also, I need an outro as well, so hit me up with that, whoever wants to make them.